Welcome to West Valley College for the Extreme Entrepreneurship Tour. Are you guys excited to be here or what?
Yeah!
I'll tell you one thing, I've waited my whole life to wear a shirt like this. You guys are going to see me around campus for the next 2 months wearing this thing non-stop. But I think that it sends the right message, and that is that all of you who are here today are awesome. And this is a huge deal that we are so proud to be a part of at West Valley College. Doing what you love, building your dreams, finding a way to live the life that you've imagined is what we are all about. And few events are as emblematic of that dream and that endeavor than this one. So thank you again for being here. We're proud to have you here. I'm delighted to walk around and meet all of you today and really just absorb the terrific energy that's in this building as we work toward this great thing. But I would be remiss if I did not introduce to you a man who is one of the most dynamic speakers you are ever gonna see. Arel Moody is here today to talk to you as the MC of the event. Arel is a nationally recognized speaker, one of the best you'll find, and an expert on Generation Y entrepreneurship. This is the guy you want to listen to, be motivated by, and take home life lessons from. So without further ado, I'm going to put Mr. Excitement on the stage, and that's Arel Moody. Give him a big round of applause, everybody.
So, I'll never forget this one day. There I was, standing on this bridge, 60 feet above the water, scared to death. I did not want to be in this situation, but my big mouth got me in trouble. So a couple years ago, some friends and I, we decided to go whitewater rafting, okay? By show of hands, anyone ever been whitewater rafting before? Okay, a few people. If you've never been there before, I was excited about it. It was me, my friends, we were gonna be on this rubber raft, we were gonna take on nature, it was gonna be awesome. It was gonna be like survival. I would catch a fish, I'd give it to a bear, friend him on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It was gonna be amazing. None of that happened, unfortunately, because we were from New York City, that's where I'm from, and they didn't trust us on the big waves. So they put us on this slowest, thinnest river I've ever seen in my life. So basically the most excitement we got is when our raft hit a rock and we went just like this. Bloop, bloop. That was it. So I was expecting this crash of waves, jumping on the rock, thought it was gonna be amazing, none of that. So the whole afternoon finished, we were done, we got our raft, we had to take it back to the equipment shack where we kept everything. And as I walked back to the equipment shack to drop it off, right, I walked over this bridge. And about 40 feet below the bridge, still 20 feet above the water, there were these people jumping off the side of the mountain. You ever seen those like old school commercials for Jamaica where people are like, yay, Jamaica, and they clipped out off into the water, right? It looked just like that. And I sat down, I remember sitting there and I looked down at them and I was like, yo, I would have gave up the entire afternoon if we could have just spent 5 minutes to jump off of that cliff. That looks like a lot of fun. So the tour guide hears me say this, he stops me, he's like, oh man, listen, I don't have time to do it because I'm working right now, but if you really want to jump off this bridge, you got about 10 minutes, you can make it. Here's all you got to remember. He said, because we're so high up, when you jump off, you want to keep your body as tight as possible, point your toes, and plug your nose. Because at this height, if your arms or legs are flailing when you hit the water, you could break your arm or break your neck. I was like, why would you say that right before I'm about to jump off of the bridge? He's like, listen, my man, just do not freak out, just jump straight down and you'll be good. I was like, all right, you know, I'll do this. I want an adventure. I'm good. I was from Brooklyn. I thought I was a thug. This was nothing. Thug life, I can do this. Here we go. 1, 2. I froze, right? By a round of applause. Has anyone ever been on a roller coaster before? Round of applause. Okay. You know how every roller coaster starts off real slow and it goes like, and then it does that pause right before it drops and you rethink every decision you've ever made in life, right? You know what I'm talking about? Imagine that feeling right before it drops, times like 1 billion. Like my heart was beating out of my neck. I started looking down. I was like, damn, am I really about to do this? Let me give you some insight like into just the situation so you can understand it a little bit, right? I was 60 feet above the water. That's about, how tall is a basketball hoop? 10 feet, right? So I want you to imagine 6 basketball hoops stacked on top of each other. That's how high up I was. Or if you've ever seen a 6-story building, about a story averages about 10 feet. So I want you to imagine you're looking out of a 6-story building, looking down. So now, I'm starting to think, like, you know what? I wanted to do this, but I don't want to do this anymore. But I couldn't because I had about 10 of my friends with me, and they all started gathering around. And they're like, oh, Rel's about to jump off the bridge. Rel's about to jump off the bridge. So I'm like, dang, now I got this peer pressure. All right, how am I gonna get out of this? So now I started thinking real creative. How can I get myself out of this without my friends making me look like or feel like a punk, right? So I look down, and the people who are jumping off the side of the cliff there, they look up at me, and they start waving their hands all crazy. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. They're gonna say something like, dude, get off the bridge, it's not safe. And then I could have been like, well, I wanted to jump off the bridge, but I didn't want to make those people uncomfortable, so I'm gonna do the right thing and walk away. I was in the clear, okay? However, when I listened more closely, the people looked up at me and they were like, dude, jump off the bridge, it's gonna be awesome, yeah! I was like, that's the complete opposite thing I needed you to say to me right now, right? So they weren't gonna be any help. So now this old man, this is a true story by the way, this old man stops the car, gets out, and like wobbles his cane over to me. And I'm like, oh, perfect. This is an old guy. He's gonna say, don't jump off the bridge. It's not safe. He's old. He made good life choices to get there, okay? So I'm figuring this wise old gentleman will save me. And he goes, young man, I jumped off the bridge last week and you're gonna love it. It's awesome. Yeah. I was like, what town am I in right now? Why is everyone Daredevil USA? So I had no way out of it. I got my friends here. I got those people looking up. I got the old man rooting me on. Literally, I had no reason to back out. I just had to do it. So I'm sitting there, starting to get myself hyped. And then right before I try to either make the decision to jump or leave, my crazy friend Mike shows up, okay? So Mike, he is every group of, I don't understand how group dynamics work, but if you have a group of 3 or more friends, there's always a crazy person that is one of your friends. This is the person, they don't need much, they kind of just go. If you're like, hey, let's do something crazy, they're like, I've already done it, let's do it again, right? They're a little crazy. Does anyone, just by a round of applause, does anyone know what I'm talking about? Does anyone here have a crazy friend? Yeah? So Mike was our crazy friend. And by the way, if you do not have a crazy friend, the odds are very high you are the crazy friend in the group, just so you know, right? So Mike, he's our crazy friend. He has no idea what's happening. He's like somewhere else. He sees all this crowded by the bridge. He goes just like this. Oh, y'all jumping off the bridge, I got this. And he jumps off. And we're like, oh my God, Mike just killed himself, right? No one told him about pointing your toes and plugging your nose. He just falls and he hits the water. You ever hear a belly flop go wrong? You know that sound that it just hits it? And like we thought his head was gonna go over here, his arm was gonna float. Like he is done. We have to figure out how to explain this to his mom, right? He hits the water, echoes off in the mountains and stuff. We're like, this is horrible. We wait a second or two, and Mike pops out the water and goes, that was awesome, yeah! And he swims over to the side. So let's recap the situation, okay? There was this thing that I wanted to do that was very exciting. I saw someone do it on a base level, and they were successful with it. I learned exactly how to do it and be good with it. I saw someone do the exact same thing that I wanted to do, who arguably wasn't as smart as I was, right? Did it, survived, and was successful just fine. The only thing I had to do right now was in this moment say, I'm gonna take this jump. I'm gonna face my fear and go. So I was like, all right, here we go. 1, 2. I couldn't do it. I can't express how scared I was in this situation. Like I felt like there was a 10-foot brick wall in front of me. In fact, I got so upset and so scared I actually said, you know what? I don't even care about this anymore. I'm walking away. I don't care if my friends don't like me anymore. They can defriend me on Facebook. All they do is post pictures of kittens anyway. So I start walking away, like I'm done with this. I'm not jumping off this bridge. Y'all can't make me do this. I'm done. So I start walking away. I'll never forget this, y'all. I froze. Because this thought jumped into my head that I never ever thought about before.
I know.
And this thought is going to be the premise of everything we talk about here today. This one idea I'm about to share with you literally changed my life from that moment forward, and has stayed with me with every decision that I make, and I hope that I will stay with you. Here's the thought that I had. So I'm walking away, done, and as I walk, I froze. And I thought to myself, how would I feel about myself 6 months from now? Knowing that I could have done this really exciting thing, but I didn't take the jump, not because I didn't have the skills, not because I didn't have the ability or the opportunity. The only reason I didn't do it is because I was scared. How would I feel about myself a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? But I said, you know what? What if I would have done it? What would the difference be? How would I have felt about myself? So I got back and I got some courage up and I had this thought. This was the only thought I had. I don't know if it's true or not, but this is how I thought about it. Check this out. I said, if I can do this, I can do anything. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's just what I said to myself. I said, I know what to do. All I gotta do is just take action and hope for the best. So, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 2.5, 3, and I jumped. Well, I didn't really jump, I fell, right? So I fell and I started screaming. I'm like, ah! Like the most unmanly sound came out of my voice, right? I'm screaming like crazy. And then I stop and I pause and I look around and I say, why am I still falling? I had a conversation with myself in midair. That's how high up it was, is what I'm trying to say, all right? So I freeze, boom, hit the water, everything goes into slow motion. This fish swims up to me. He was like, you crazy, and swam away. I was freaking out. It was a little bit nuts, okay? But I jumped up to the top of the water, and I looked around, and I touched around to make sure nothing was broken, and nothing was like out of place, and everything seemed good. And I just had this like, just rush of adrenaline run over me, and I looked up at my friends, and they were all just like right here, posterized, looking up to me, see, like, did I make it, did I die, whatever. And they're looking down, I look up at them, they look at me, I look up at them, I can only think of one thing to say. It's like, that was awesome, yeah! And I swam to the side. So, our goal with you today is very, very similar to that moment. It's about hoping that all of you will leave this room and take a specific action. Take a jump, if you will. Could be signing up for a class. They have a lot of opportunities here for you to sign up for certain classes with entrepreneurship, to get involved in maybe the startup cup that they have so you can see other people, what they're doing. The main goal is this. If you can leave here in the next 6 months, in the next year, you start taking action today, I promise you, some amazing things will happen. But we can't go on to any of that information. We can't go any further unless I can just go over a few quick things with you. Is it all right if I go over some very, very simple but quick rules? Is that cool?
No.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Rule number 1. We don't have a lot of time. The next thing you know, we will be done. Okay? Now, how many of you, by a show of hands, are just happy to be like, whoa, we're not in class right now? I don't care where we're going. Let's just go there. Wax Museum? Definitely, right? It doesn't matter what it is, right? So, we have a short amount of time today. Some of you are here because this is a great opportunity for you to learn some information. Some of you are here because you're like, look, I don't care what they said. We're just not in class on about it, right? And some of you might find that today could be one of those moments that actually changes everything about your life. If you do that. But here's what I'm going to ask you. Here's my promise to you. We are going to give you some information. I promise you that when you use it and when you apply it, it will take your life up to the next level. You'll have more fun, more happiness, bigger impact, make more money. Whatever your options are, these ideas we'll share with you will make it work.